Hello everybody, welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday morning. It is just after 11 o'clock. I am here and ready for a good nice stream. Sorry there was no combat hour again last night, but I got a surprise visit from my sister, so that was happening. So I did not do my stream or Champions of the Realms, but that's fine because there are other weeks, and it was a good time. And this is the sister that I was doing that wine and crime show with. So we were just having a nice time, just catching up and having a fire and all that fun stuff. So there will be a combat hour tonight, do not worry. And we will have fun. But first, we will do the coffee stream, and I've got a video that we didn't cover yesterday from King Trout, and then we will get into some of the things from today that I've got for us to watch. Hello, Blake Star! I just got back from the doctor and ready to hear the craziness of the day. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're ready to hear the craziness of the day, because I've got some crazy things for us to watch. And I also have a question period, because we have the leader of the opposition is back in the House of Commons, so I would like to see at least what he has to say. And I would also like to see if Trudeau is actually present in the House of Commons as of yesterday for June 12th's question period. So, but that's going to be for the ending of the stream. So we're going to go, we're going to start with a short and then jump into our longer videos. But, where am I here? I'm just flabbergasted that I got to see my little sister. It was a good night. It was a good night. I'm very happy. I'm not very happy that I took a chunk out of my frickin' tongue though last night. I was eating a vegetable tray, and it had cauliflower in it, and I accidentally bit my tongue and the cauliflower at the same time. And of course, where I bit my tongue is just in the spot that when I speak, it the bite spot rubs against my molar, and it's very irritating. It's a very, very frustrating, and it does not feel very nice at all. But we will carry on. We will get through it. We will persevere, as they say. So I'm going to pull up the short. It's by a blind person named Blind Surfer Pete, or Pete Gustin. He is the guy you hear in movie trailers, etc. He does a lot of the movie trailer voices and video game trailer voices, and he's very well known for that. But he put out a short, apparently because he's very, he and this other blind person ran into each other, and apparently people couldn't believe it. So we're gonna take a look at this short. I don't think I've ever had this problem happen to me ever in my life. So let's see.
Do blind people run into each other out on the street? Well, sighted people can't apparently believe what they're seeing.
This must be a comedy skit, because they're not really blind, I don't think.
I can run into stuff if you want me to prove it.
This other blind guy is Josh Loya, and people often confuse us for each other. I assume it's because we look alike and have similar facial hair?
Touch is married.
That doesn't make any, I don't know if they look alike, but a lot of blind, I've had this, what I've had happen is people will ask me if I know a blind, like a specific blind person, as if all of us know each other by name, stuff like that. So I'll be asked, you know, oh, do you know so and so from X place? And it's like, no, I really don't. Like, I've never had the you look like this other blind person. I've been told I sound like I have a friend who lives in upstate New York, and we get told quite often by other blind people that we sound very similar. If we happen to be in a voice chat at the same time, and one of us says something, and you're not paying attention to who is talking, people will confuse us. But I've never been, like, visually confused with another blind person, or, like, accused of not being really blind if I've been in the same proximity of another blind person. This has never happened to me.
Oh, you got some push going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess we don't look alike, but maybe it's because we're both blind surfers, though my identifier is blasted right on my wetsuit, and Josh?
No jersey today, Josh? Oh, you forgot it. I mean,
You forgot?
the helmet helps.
And my coach
So he's got a jersey and a helmet that I guess says what his name is. Maybe.
Nisha and I communicate on the water using boring words, where Josh's coach is a former naval air traffic controller.
And so he talks about how he does like yips, like yip yip. So one yip means like here I am, like you can paddle back out, and a yip yip means you're about to crash into someone.
So
Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like instead of using words which are clunky and sometimes you can't get them out in time, the yips are kind of a faster way of signaling to that you're clear, that someone or that somebody may be in your way, or like that's really cool. And it's probably a lot more audible over the surf. That higher like yip yip sound.
we're both blind and we both surf, though Josh didn't want to surf anywhere near me, because maybe he heard about that one time I surfed with Molly Burke and crashed into her. What happens when two blind people run in?
Okay, that's funny. That you crashed into Molly Burke. Why does that make me happy? Why does that make me happy that Pete crashed into Molly Burke? Is that wrong of me? Does that make me a bad person? Does it make me a bad person that it makes me happy inside that Pete Gustin crashed into Molly Burke? I feel like that might make me a bad person. I really do feel like maybe that might make me a bad person. I know I'm live. Thank you, Twitch. I would really like to get to my chat, though. But yeah, that was funny. Okay. Why does it make me happy inside that Pete ran over Molly? I communicate with the word fuck instead of yips. Can you imagine trying to use the word fuck to guide a blind person in a surfing thing? Just fuck! That means you're clear. Fuck, fuck! That means there's somebody in front of you. Fuck, fuck, fuck! That means turn left. Oh my god. Oh, that's too funny. Oh my god. That is too funny. Okay. I thought that would be a good way to enter the stream or begin the stream with that little short about Pete Gustin and that Josh guy. Like I said, I have never had people visually be like, you look like this other blind person, or like And I've never, like, run into another blind person on the street, really, if you think about it. Maybe it's because we're so... maybe it's because there's so few of us that it's hard for us to run into each other. And especially in a country like Canada where population is already, like, smaller than the US. So there's going to be less blind people per person in Canada than there would be anyway. Cameron Heights just went on a hold and secure? Jesus Christ, why? Is there a crazy person on the loose? Or a violent person on the loose? Or a crazy violent person on the loose? Or a dumbass kid? I'm guessing it's a dumbass kid. That's just my guess. So let's take a look at King Trout's video here. About the time that Germany and the US teamed up in World War II.
The date, April 28th, 1945. Location, Germany. Just 10 days before VE Day, the U.S. Army 42nd Cavalry Reconnaissance Unit is approached by a Luftwaffe officer waving a white flag.
Ah! Well then. That had to be an unusual sight.
He wants to surrender, and he also wants to let the Americans know that nearby, just across the border in Czechoslovakia, there are hundreds in need of saving.
Interesting. So this was a German that did this. Okay, I have never heard of this story.
Hundreds of horses in need of saving. I'm King Trout, and you're watching That Time That Thing Happened.
That time that thing happened. Oh, King Trout.
Today's thing, Operation Cowboy. At this point in the war, Germany's fate was pretty much entirely sealed. And what was left of it anyway? We bombed the fuck out of that place. Sorry, not sorry. The surrendering Luftwaffe intelligence officer, Lieutenant Colonel Walter Holters!
What the fuck?
Intelligence officer, Lieutenant Colonel Walter Holters! Understood that his men were pretty well fucked. They were sandwiched between the incoming Red Army to the east and the Americans to the west. Their options were to surrender to the Soviets or surrender to the Americans.
That's not a very good choice. I'm not sure who I'd pick, quite honestly.
I don't know if you know much about the Eastern Front of the European theater of World War II, but it was pretty horrific.
Yeah.
It was like literally hell on earth every day for years. You couldn't walk 10 feet without stepping in a war crime.
Oh, those pesky, sticky war crimes always getting in the way.
Bad times. He picked the Americans. He also wanted to let them know about a nearby farm just across the border in Czechoslovakia where... and this is going to sound like I made it up to be funny, but this is true. This happened. The Nazis were attempting to breed a race of Aryan superhorse.
What? That's actually a thing? I thought that was... I actually did think that was a made up, like, what's it called? Anti-Nazi propaganda type of thing. Ah! Damn it, my light's off. I thought I... God damn it. There. Stupid me. So, I thought that the Aryan super horse thing was like one of those stories that was told just to like make the Nazis seem extra ridiculous. I didn't think that was actually a thing.
I'm dead fucking serious. They were trying to make horse Ubermensch.
Oh,
He wanted the Americans' help. He knew if the starving Red Army found the farm before the Americans did, they would kill and eat the horses. Thoroughbred lipizzaners, the last of their kind. And if you think it's bad that they were going to eat the horses, you do not want to hear what they were doing to the women and children.
No. No, you really don't. King Trout is absolutely correct. You do not want to hear what they were doing to the women and the children.
But yes, Lipizzaners are a breed of horse that are highly sought after and prized in the sport of dressage.
Dressage is so fucking fancy. I've never actually done any dressage stuff. I did a few like fun little show things like barrel racing, stuff like that, but I've never actually done like dressage.
Dressage, to put it in its simplest terms, is basically horse dancing.
Yeah.
It's pretty big oversimplification. It's like ballet, but for horses. And I know it looks silly, but it's a rich people thing. And it is a sport. People have this hang up where they're like, oh, it's not a sport unless it has ball. Okay, uncultured swine.
You don't need a ball to have a sport.
You couldn't do that. I certainly couldn't do that. I'm afraid of horses.
What?
But you couldn't do that either. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
You're afraid of horses? What's to be afraid of horses? Horses are the best. Horses are awesome.
Were those of famed horse trainer and breeder Alois Podyaski? Alois Podyaski. But yeah, I don't speak whatever bullshit language that is. There's too many consonants next to each other. Solamente hablo inglés porque estoy viviendo en los pinches Estados Unidos, puta.
Wait, what?
Apoyados. But yeah, I don't speak whatever bullshit language that is. There's too many consonants next to each other. Solamente hablo inglés porque estoy viviendo en los pinches Estados Unidos, puta.
Ah, okay. Now he only speaks English because he lives in the United States, bitch.
What were we talking about? Oh, horses. Ponyboy, my new nickname for this guy, had moved the horses to this location in rural Czechoslovakia from Vienna a few years earlier after Vienna came under heavy...
Superman. They didn't kill him, they crippled him. They crippled him. It's a joke, he's been a rancher his whole life in Montana.
The Allied bombardment. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we put your little horsies at risk? Listen, here in America we have an expression. If you want to make an omelet, sometimes you have to be willing to carpet bomb some horses.
Oh my god. This is great. This is almost better than the Fat Electrician.
Maybe if you don't want your horses to get blown up, stop starting world wars. That's all I'm going to say about that. No regret from me. At the beginning of the war, Ponyboy had been approached by the Nazis. They needed him to start breeding some Aryan super horses. To which he said yes, obviously, because there's a problem with authoritarian governments and regimes is you can't say no if you want to live.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing you do. You if you feel like continuing to breathe, you say yes, sir, and then you make the horses. Is like his last unsubscribed, he was wearing full Wrangler gear. And people were trying to say, oh, you moved to Texas and became a cowboy. Oh my god. ALS killed him. True.
So he said yes, and here he was. The request for help made it all the way to top brass. General Patton himself, an avid horseman. He had a private meeting with Ponyboy, and Ponyboy put on a little pony dancing show for
Ponyboy.
Patton, who was very...
I love that he's calling him Ponyboy. If you guys have read The Outsiders, you'll get it.
Very impressed. They bonded over the fact that both had competed in the 1912 Summer Olympics. Bet you didn't know that about Patton.
Olympian?
Yeah, competed in the decathlon.
Really? Huh. I had no idea about that, about Patton being an Olympian.
It was decided the U.S. Army was going to help these Germans save the horses from the advancing Russians. Help the Germans, the nation we were presently at war with. Save the horses.
Weren't they also at war with Russia, though? So, wouldn't he, Oh, when Shroud and Nick get together, it's bad. Oh, I bet.
Yes, that's right. U.S. soldiers fought alongside German soldiers while the two countries were actively at war with each other.
But like I said, weren't they actively at war with Russia too? Like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of deal.
It's one of only 2 times U.S. soldiers and German soldiers fought together during World War II, the other being during the Battle of Castle Ita. Patton worked to scrounge up what men he could find for the operation. They were few and far between, because most American soldiers in Germany at the end of World War II were kind of busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, like liberating death camps and pushing through the last of the front line, like that shit.
They were pretty busy. They needed all the help they could get, so they also recruited the assistance of some recently liberated POWs. There were some Brits, some Kiwis, some French, some Serbians, and some Poles. I think now is the time that I should make a small distinction that some people aren't aware of, and even saying this, people are going to shit their pants over, but the German army was full of German soldiers, some of whom believed in the ideals of the Nazi Party. Some didn't. Some were just guys who were born in Germany in the wrong year.
Yeah. There were quite a few people serving in the Nazi military that were not like believers of the Nazi belief system. They just didn't feel that way, but they had to go along with it.
Whoops, wrong place, wrong time. The SS. The SS was a paramilitary group branched off of the Nazi Party. Those guys were soldiers who were fighting directly for the Nazi Party. They 100% were on board with everything the Nazis did. There was no doubt there. German soldiers, on the other hand, depends on the individual. I don't know. The only reason I make this distinction is because it will become relevant very shortly.
Yes.
But wait a minute. We're going into German-occupied territory. But if the Germans are helping fight, then who are they fighting? Remember a second ago when I told you about the SS and the difference between the two? The only reason I make this distinction is because it will become relevant very shortly.
Literally very shortly.
This is the part where that becomes relevant. They were going to cross over the border into German-occupied Czechoslovakia. And don't get me wrong, there were still thousands of regular German soldiers who had no idea about the special little deal they made with the Americans to save the ponies, so they were still a big issue. But what was a bigger issue was the SS.
So they can't tell anybody that they're working together to save these horses because then Russia will know. And and the SS is apparently a problem too, which being paramilitary, I could see that.
They were the ones
But let's see why.
guarding the farm. And there was another issue. This entire mission had to be top secret. Why? Because we were teaming up with the Germans? Bad optics, perhaps? No, because the Yalta Conference. Stalin, Churchill, and FDR had all met to decide how they would split up Europe after the war ended. Split basically in half, the mostly western portion of Europe, shown here in blue, would be returned to freedom. And the mostly eastern portion, shown here in red, east of the Iron Curtain, would be liberated from the cold, deathly clutches of the murderous, authoritarian dictator with the stupid mustache.
Oh my god, I love how I love how he describes these people. It makes me so happy. Hey, Bishop, how are you? How are you, Bishop?
And handed into the gentle, warm, caring embrace of the murderous, authoritarian dictator with a stupid mustache.
Woo!
But what's that? Zoom in on the map. That's the Mediterranean. Now zoom out. Now zoom back in on Czechoslovakia. It's red. It's on the other side of the Iron Curtain. Supposed to be under Soviet control once the war ends. They'd probably be pretty pissed off if they found out we led a military operation along with some German soldiers to keep them from having a delicious horse dinner. But we did it anyway.
Oh no! Oh no! How dare they!
The ragtag group made their way across the border and all the way to the farm without being detected by the German army. Some 30 miles.
Wow.
They arrived and no one was there. The SS was gone.
How like were they gone, or did they just like leave the house for a bit and the horses were in the barn and they could steal them?
There were hundreds of horses to be saved. They started loading the pregnant
good.
mares
The horses were there.
and newly born foals onto trucks. And then the SS came back.
Ruh-roh.
The U.S. soldiers, the recently liberated Allied POWs, and the recently Allied German POWs fought arm in arm in 2 battles against the SS.
Oh wow! So it's literally just prisoners of war against the SS, fighting to save these horses.
Eventually causing them to retreat. Unfortunately, 2 American soldiers were killed in action. Now that the SS was gone, they finished loading the mares and foals onto the trucks to be driven to safety. And the rest of the horses, they rode. Or they herded, some 30 miles back across the German border.
Wow. Can you imagine trying to herd a group of horses back over a war border while riding still more of those horses, and then like driving trucks containing even more of those horses? Like, holy the amount of logistics that would have taken.
Into the sunset. And just as they were leaving the farm, the first Russian T-34 rolled over the horizon. The Russians did not choose to engage. The Lipizaners were saved. They were brought to America for safekeeping while Europe rebuilt. They were returned to their original home in Vienna in 1950. The Russian into the sunset. And just as they were leaving the farm, the first Russian T-34 rolled over the horizon.
That is, again, like, that is very lucky. That is very lucky. They just finish up and then the first Russian tank is seen.
The Russians did not choose to engage. The Lipizaners were saved. They were brought to America for safekeeping while Europe rebuilt. They were returned to their original home in Vienna in 1950. And I can hear some of you saying,
Oh, King Trout, who cares about stupid horses? Millions of people died during the war. Who cares about some stupid horses?
that's what you sound like. You have a dumb voice.
Oh my god, fucking, this is awesome. I love this. This is great. But it's true. A lot of people would ask that question, but I think it's important. Like, why would you want hundreds of horses to be killed for no reason?
Listen, the story's not about the horses. I hate horses. They scare the shit out of me. They're huge and they're sentient. It's like if a car could just choose to kill you. Terrifying.
A sentient car.
Ugh. It's not about the horses. It's about the men. It's about men who had spent the past years of their lives viciously trying to kill each other and decided that they could come together and work towards the common goal of saving a tiny sliver of human culture.
Yeah. And that's really cool that 2 sides of a war could come together to solve that problem and just try to fix the problem that didn't need to be in the first place, and like come together despite their differences in their fight and save these horses.
And also, in the meantime, over some Russians. I'll end with a quote from Colonel Chuck Reed, commander of the 2nd Cavalry Group, when discussing the topic of saving the horses years later. We were so tired of death and destruction. We wanted to do something beautiful. I'm King Trout, and that was that time that thing happened. Thanks for watching.
I love that quote. I really do. I think that's really cool, and I'm glad I watched this video because I didn't even know, first of all, about the reality of the quote Aryan super horse, and I also didn't know.
Oh, horses.
Сука, блядь!
The hell? Oh, there we go. Fuck horses. But I love horses. So basically, for any story about horses, I will watch for sure. I really love horses. I have been riding horses since I was about 4. I haven't ridden in a while, but yes, I really enjoy riding horses, and I like stories and videos about horses. So that was fun. That was a really fun nice little piece of history that I didn't even know about, which is always the best type. Always the best type of history is the type of history that you don't know and that you learn. Which, who's not to, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Let's look and see what Twitch chat is doing. Nothing. Okay, we're good. A walking, talking, punchable offense that crashed and won't stop talking. Duck dog! Horses are dangerous at both ends and uncomfortable in the middle. I really like horses. And if you have a good saddle, riding a horse is not uncomfortable. So, anyway, that's just my opinion. If you ride a horse with a good saddle and a good blanket, then you should be comfortable. It's also the position in which you ride. Also, screw riding English style. I fucking hate riding English style. What riding Western style is the best. English style is ridiculous. I don't understand how anybody can ride English style. So, I would rather ride Western style any day of the week. Alright. Let me switch our screen. And we're gonna watch our silly cop video.
I'm on the fucking side of the road right now. I need you to listen, okay?
I know.
So,
Can't you just be on the side of the road instead of the fucking side of the road? I mean, at some point you gotta respect my family-friendly show here.
yeah. What's going on? Yeah, go ahead. What's going on?
Okay, so we're at a bar.
Okay.
I'll go into the thing right now.
Ma'am, I run a family-fucking-friendly show here. Why are we starting off like this?
Okay.
I don't think I'll get a DUI, but I might.
So you're saying that you've been drinking tonight?
I drank 2 shots.
Of course.
But
Okay.
then I also I'm tired
So,
as fuck.
okay, I get that. So,
closed,
give me 1 second, okay? Listen to what I'm saying, okay? You're over talking to me, okay? So, what I need to okay, I'm gonna get all that. I'm going to get all that. I need you to listen, okay? I'm on the fucking side of the road right now. I need you to listen, okay?
Well, hey, now we have the context to his frustration, and it has the radical seal of approval.
Yeah. He's trying to get English style is for virgins and communists. Facts. Facts. Pincolo. Also, how the fuck are you supposed to dig your feet into the horse's flank to make him go faster if you're sitting up with your legs, like, crooked and... I don't understand how anybody can sit and ride English style without falling the fuck off as soon as they start trotting or anything faster than a fast walk.
For fuck's sake, lady, just listen.
I know.
So, get in your car for me right now. Listen to me, okay? Stop talking. Listen to me.
Okay.
Get in the car, put it in neutral. I'm gonna try to push it, okay? The car cannot stay here. I'm not trying to get hit. I'm not trying to get you hit, okay?
Thank you.
Get in your car. Go to neutral.
Yeah, I tried to play and drive and it didn't go, and I did it multiple times after that ran me over here.
She is... That is way more than 2 shots and 2 pints. Especially if it's American beer. Oh, the cop is trying to push the car.
Nope. You're fine. That's what I have bumper cars for, but I need the car out here, okay? I need you to stay in your car because I'm not trying to have nobody get killed, okay?
Yeah, no problem. I agree.
I'm gonna leave my car there, okay? Hopefully nobody hits it. My supervisor's coming out here. I need his vehicle to push that vehicle, but I don't want to move mine and then somebody kills me, okay?
Yeah,
so just stay right here. Now, we were not involved in the accident. Okay. We were following her, and she went off the road a couple of times. Okay. We just happened to, this exit's ours. Okay. And she was in the lane in front of us and then hit the wall. Okay. So I thought, do you need us to stick around, or? So, actually, if I can just... Phone number and stuff like that? Yeah, that would be very helpful, okay? Sure. Hey, just have a seat over there for me, okay? I don't want you to get...
They just... Let me back that up. It's hard to hear.
We were following her, and she went off the road a couple of times. Okay. We just happened to... this exit's ours. Okay. And she was in the lane in front of us and then hit the wall. Okay. So...
Okay, so they were following her, and then...
We were following her, and she went off the road a couple of times. Okay. We just happened to... this exit's ours. Okay. And she was in the lane in front of us and then...
Oh, okay, so she wasn't staying in the line. She lost control of her vehicle. I understand now.
Okay. So I thought, do you need us to stick around, or? So,
Hey!
Actually,
Good morning.
if I can just... Phone number and stuff like that? Yeah, that would be very helpful, okay? Sure. Hey, just have a seat over there for me, okay? I don't want you getting hurt. Just come over here.
Robux out of your name. Yeah, I recognize you. I recognize you, that you used to be
Here,
Robux.
okay?
I mean, all those murderers, drivers on the road that tried to get you killed. I mean, I don't know what kind of road this is, but I can understand why she is on the road and the target of this particular situation. Holy hell, man. Why is she out of the car again?
Oh my god, really? She's out of the car again.
Out the roadway. I'll come talk to you in a second, okay? I don't want you to... I tried to push it, okay? Stop arguing. Get out the road. Get over here. Get over here before a car comes. Okay. I need you to have a seat on the bar over here, okay?
Jesus Christ, lady. Why did you have to get out of your car? Just get in the car.
Take care of that. Thank you. I just tried to stop arguing with me. Get over here before you get hit by a car. Sit down.
Yeah, it's like he's just trying to keep you safe, idiot.
Okay?
Listen.
No, you listen to me. I need you to get off the road. Come on. I don't care if it's night.
I'm saying
Get over here.
You're fine. He's not talking about himself. He's talking about you.
Okay, I'm gonna have you get in my car, okay? Just come with me.
Dude,
Come with me.
fuck you.
Yes.
Literally. But get
in my car, okay? Just come with me.
Dude,
Come with me.
fuck you.
Yes.
Dude, literally, fuck you. Dude, literally, stop being an idiot and go sit in your car.
Literally. But get a room first, take them out to dinner first. What are you doing? I mean, this is one of those talkative drunks, and normally they're not this annoying.
I need you to get in my. I need you to get in my car, okay? Because you're not listening. I don't want you getting hit, okay?
No,
you're intoxicated. You're intoxicated and not listening, okay?
No, listen to me.
I need you to get in. Stop before you get us killed. Stop.
Dude, literally, listen. Hold on, I've been calm. I'm saying.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Okay.
Noah! I hate when women do that. The women that add an A to the end of their sentences or their words because they're frustrated.
Hey.
Oh, that's a lie. She's got words. A lot of them. Too many.
I need you to sit in the back of my car for I don't want you getting hurt, okay? No. I literally just tried to stop arguing, stop talking. I'm not.
I look behind you.
Please have a seat, okay? Please have a seat before you get us killed, okay?
No, I put my car in neutral.
Please go. Please.
Okay.
Watch your head.
I put my car in neutral. That doesn't matter. He can't push it.
Okay.
Why? There's nothing to damage. Also, let me get this straight. The officer tried to push it when you didn't put it in neutral, but you put it in neutral when the officer was not there. Is that what happened? Because holy hell, this man tried to push the car. Indeed.
Yeah, but I'm gonna call my mom because you weren't back there.
I'm gonna call my mom. First, you're gonna call your mom.
68 to 17. Just to advise you, I put the driver in the back of my car. She admitted to drinking. She's argumentative. I'm gonna have her buckle up and get off the roadway. Hey, no, don't worry about that right now, okay?
No,
just
I want to
put your seatbelt on, please.
I need to call my mom.
Put your seatbelt.
I need to call my mom because I'm an adult, but I still need to call my mom. What is it with these people? They're in their 20s and they're in trouble with the law and they still feel that they need to call their parents. I don't I don't understand. I know that I hate when they know they're in shit, but they're like, what are you doing? Why? Yeah. Why are you hurting me? Yeah, I know, right?
But on, please.
No, I want to call my mom.
Ma'am, I need you.
Tell her what's going on.
I will have you give me a second to my supervisor can tell you, okay? I'm not
Can
trying to.
I call her off your phone? Your phone.
No, I need you to give me the seatbelt, okay? I just need the
Okay,
seatbelt.
I have it right.
Okay, I cannot. Stop yelling at me. Come on, give me the seatbelt. Okay, I cannot. Stop. I need you to give me the seatbelt, okay? I just need the seatbelt.
I have it right.
Okay, I cannot. Stop yelling at me. Come on, give me the seatbelt. Jeez,
I'm
stop.
not lying. You've been mean to me since I fucking saw your face.
You're gonna get us killed. Stop.
You're gonna.
Jesus Christ. He actually just had to yell, stop yelling in my face for 1 second, let me talk. This girl is just, like, I don't know what it is about being drunk and her, but she just can't stop talking.
I've never seen something like this before. I mean, there's talkative and then there's whatever the fuck this is. So what's your mom gonna do when she arrives or gets called on the phone? Is she gonna...
Her mom's gonna shut her up, apparently.
You feel the officer's frustration and mine.
Jeez.
Sir, can you go get my phone?
I'm not worried. I'm trying not to get us killed right now, okay?
Be fine. And the right.
You're not lit.
We'll be fine. No, we won't be fine because if you don't shut up, I'm gonna drive us into a cliff.
I'm not worried. I'm trying not to get us killed right now, okay?
Be fine. And the right.
You're not lit. You're intoxicated and you're not thinking, okay? I need you to be quiet, please.
You're intoxicated and you're not thinking. Be quiet, please. That is the nicest way of saying you're drunk, shut the fuck up that I have ever heard.
You've been mean as fuck to me the whole time, so thank you.
And that poor cop, he's just like, oh my god.
I sincerely apologize.
That's not a problem.
Take care of that.
So
You got a tough job, dude.
she's already admitted to drinking several alcoholic beverages, and she's not listening at all. I'm not trying to have her or anybody else get hit on the side of the road because they already can't see us.
Yes, I know.
She's in the back of my car. I got out the road. It's the only reason why.
First name is Gail.
Again, sir, I'm sorry.
Well, we were returning home.
Okay.
And we were coming up Route 8.
Okay.
And she
drove off many times. We were honking at her trying
Was
to
she like over here and like the? Okay.
on the burn for a while, and then she went in
Okay.
the middle and weaving back and forth. And as that turn approached,
Okay.
I said, she's going to hit that wall. I know she will. And she did. She just drove right straight.
Where? How far? Oh, right here.
Right back there.
Oh, and she hit a wall. Lovely. She hit a wall because apparently it is easy to. Apparently, it's hard to like turn away from the wall. I guess, drive in a straight line.
Okay.
Yeah, I was literally telling him, like, get off the brake. She's gonna hit something, and we do not want to be around.
Yeah,
Okay.
She just kept drifting, and was picking up a little bit of speed going that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. When it was happening, I was like, should I call 911 now before the accident?
No, absolutely. I thank you guys so much. Okay, my supervisor just pulled up. If I have any questions, I'll call you at that number. Okay.
Yeah, she was out.
Yeah, I had her put it in neutral. I tried pushing it, and it was solid.
Yeah. Well, that front tire smashed into the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get our cars behind it. Let's get some flares out. Let's get Joe.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Now we actually have the reason why this car can't move, because her front tire is probably bent, or maybe the axle. I mean, something is definitely broken at the front of the car, and I was not talking about the car itself.
Yeah. Operators, brokenness. Is there like a broken operator charge? I don't know.
If you know what I mean. Oh dear.
All right. So where do you work?
like a 10-something degree.
Okay, and that's where you were coming from?
Yes.
Okay, where do you live? And were you working there, or were you?
Yes, I work. So, like, 11:30.
Okay, and did you drink anything?
Yes, a couple shots. I told him that.
Yep, 2. The usual 2. You know, it's always 2. 2 really big drinks, not shots.
2,
I'm
yes.
still working on a theory why there's always 2.
It's maybe because they think that 2 drinks is okay. Because I guess maybe they think that 2 drinks will keep them under the legal limit. Meanwhile, their 2 drinks is like 6 drinks.
Maybe it's because they're so drunk they can't actually count beyond 2.
Well, I know, but I want to talk.
Yeah.
Or that.
Please.
How many shots did you have? 3. Okay, and like whiskey, gin?
It was like tequila.
Huh. Oh, there goes my theory. She's actually made it past 2. So what? 3 bottles of tequila? Is that what we're talking about here?
How long ago was that?
It was right before.
3. Huh.
Like whiskey, gin?
It was like tequila.
Huh.
Whiskey and
Oh, there goes my
tequila.
theory. She's actually made it past 2. So what? 3 bottles of tequila? Is that what we're talking about here?
How long ago was that?
It was right before lunch. I just wanted to get home. I'm sorry. And he didn't want to listen to me, and I wanted to call my mom and have her talk to me.
Taser use needs to be medicated at this point. Yep.
So,
Medicated, yeah.
eventually at some point,
I'll do a sobriety test.
We'll do a sobriety test. No, dude, you're not sober.
Yeah, but I want to call her
and
one.
you're gonna go home, no matter what happens.
I don't know. He was saying some other shit, so I don't know, and now I'm scared.
What exactly was the officer saying? Something along the lines of that he didn't want to get everyone killed because of the road with cars on it and you crashing casually into the side of the road. Did you think there was an off-ramp? Also, what the fuck are you crying for?
Because she's drunk and she got caught and she understands how badly she's fucked up and she doesn't want to go to jail for driving drunk and crashing and like all sorts of reasons.
Now you're under investigation for OVI, okay? But I'm telling you that right now, everything you're under suspicion of, whether you get arrested or not, right now, is you're not going to spend the night in jail based off of what I'm seeing, okay? I'm not telling you that you're not going to get arrested.
That's not what I heard, so I don't know. This is the first time I heard this. So
I'm not telling you that.
I mean, it's amazing, isn't it, that she actually heard something after talking and talking and talking and talking.
I love how this is the first time I've ever been arrested. Well, maybe if you had behaved differently and not driven drunk, you could have kept your record intact.
How many wordy bits per second can you spew while drunk and trying to drive? Well, that wasn't actually driving, now was it? I love how the officer is actually talking to her like she's a little child.
Yeah.
You're not going to get arrested.
It's fine.
Okay.
I will do whatever.
Okay.
But as long as it's not from him.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Thank you.
So,
not
what exactly
from
is
him.
going on here? Are you trying to pull some kind of victim card? See, this is the reason why the officers have body cams. Dumb broads like this. Not to mention it's also to protect people from corrupt officers, but in this case, look at this fool.
He's going to stay here, though.
That's fine, but he's been very mean.
Okay,
Thank
He's
you.
been very mean. He's been very mean to me. He's been speaking in a loud voice because I wouldn't shut up and I kept wandering into traffic.
I just wanted to call her and tell her
I
what's going
understand.
on.
You can talk to me. I'll do the test, okay?
You can do it all.
Okay.
I'll do a test.
Oh man,
What do you want me to do?
I know of a thing. Why don't you shut the fuck up? My god, this whiny noise is very annoying. These horns kind of amplify the noise as well, so there's that.
Well, right now, do you have any medical conditions I need to know about?
Oh, like I'm dyslexic and have ADHD. I don't know my left and right. That's the only thing I have to say.
Do you have diabetes?
No, I just know my M's and W's and D&D's.
Okay. Do you have any recent head injuries?
Want a car? No.
Any recent surgeries? No. Do you take any medication? No. Are you supposed to take any medication? You don't take anything for ADHD?
No, because I took it.
I
when
love how
was
she
younger.
has to think about
I just
that.
sold my prescription.
So you just kind of stopped taking it and just
No.
don't take it anymore?
No.
Okay. All right. So and you're not on any drugs other than alcohol? You haven't smoked any marijuana, taken any recreational
No,
drugs?
I actually haven't.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's not legal in Ohio, though.
It is. You're right. I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm
I
just
haven't
asking.
taken it, though.
Well, they do have something to say about when you're driving under the influence.
That's true. That's very true. If you're going to drive under the influence of marijuana, then they will have something to say about it.
Man, did you actually know it's illegal to, smoke the naughty plant? Not behind the wheel of a car, you dick flute.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't, like, I know it's legal now.
You're right, it is legal.
Yeah, but I haven't, though.
Alright, so what I want you to do is stand with your feet together like this, heel to toe step. And I want you to keep your hands down at your side. Okay? Does that make sense so far?
That's it? Okay.
So once you say like, I'm going to explain the rest of the test to you, okay? Do you see my pen?
Yeah.
I want you to follow this pen with your eyes, and your eyes only. I do not want you to move your head. You understand? Okay.
It's fine.
Alright.
So thank you.
It's okay. You're allowed to cry. Alright, so we're going to go over here. So
Like, I'm just freaking...
I understand. We're going to go over here.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Yes, quite.
Can you stand over here for me? It's right in the middle of the parking lot. Yep, right there. So, alright, so face this way for me.
But, like, you don't know. I'm dyslexic. I don't know my lefts and rights. I don't know my alphabet.
I don't need any of that. I don't need you to distinguish your right or left. I don't need you to say the alphabet. Do you have any back, hip, knee, or ankle problems?
I mean, my back's fucked, but I'm fine.
Do you have anything that prevents you from walking?
Well, are you sure? Are you sure your back is fucked? I just sat for an hour making my coffee. Now feels like nothing. Now feels like I'm late for something, but I have no life. Ugh. I hate.
In a straight line or standing? On one leg?
But I'm cold.
I'm feeling really run down.
So what I want you to do, so what I want you to do is I want you to imagine a straight line going from where you're standing out in front of you, okay? I want you to put your left foot on that line, and then put your right foot.
I guess the clown is back and now he has a different kind of horn.
Noise?
So, there's, I guess the clown...
Put your left foot on that line, and then put your right
What the fuck was that?
I guess the clown is back and now he has a different kind of horn. So, there's yellow lines. Why don't you use the yellow line? I mean, damn so dipshittery is your thing. Do your thing. For fuck's sake.
foot in front of your left foot, touching heel to...
What?
Just like that. So touching heel to toe, just like I am. You see my feet?
This is bad, because I don't know my left and right, so I'm cold.
Okay, the way you're standing right now is how I want you to stand, heel to toe, just like that.
But, like, these shoes are fucked up.
I don't need you to walk yet. Nope, don't walk yet. Don't walk yet.
Don't walk yet. Don't walk yet.
Stand just like this. So, I know, me too.
She's literally has to be told not to walk yet.
So put your other foot in front of the other one. Yes, just like that. Put your arms down at your sides. Now stay like that. I'm going to explain the rest of the test to you. Do not walk yet, okay? Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. So when I tell you to, put your arms down at your sides for me. I know you're cold. I'm cold too.
No. Whoa, campfire. You know, you might want to get yourself one of those. What are we doing here? Don't you know she's dyslexic? She clearly doesn't know what a line is. I mean, she also crossed it with her car. And here we are.
Alright, so when I tell you to, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down this line.
9.
You're going to turn in a manner in which I'm going to show you, and then you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps back down the line, okay? I'm going to demonstrate, alright? It's going to look like this.
I don't want to do that.
1. Well, let me demonstrate.
I don't want to do that.
2, 3. I'm only doing 3.
No, yeah, that's fine.
You're going to do 9. When you get to your 9th step, you're going to turn, taking a series of small steps, and then you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps back down the line. Again, it's going to look like this. 1,
I already know what it looks
2, 3. Again, I'm only doing 3. You're going to do 9.
I know.
I want you to watch your feet.
I know.
Count your steps out loud.
Do you know? You were talking while he was talking. Are you sure you know?
Count your sides.
Hands down.
Nope.
Do not stop until you're finished the test.
Look, I know my rights. I know I don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it.
I know I can't. Because I'm not good at balancing and I'm cold and I'm scared.
Okay.
I know my rights and I know I don't have to do it because I'm not good at balancing and I'm scared. Holy shit, lady.
Like, I'm very scared right now.
I'm very scared right now because I'm not good at balancing. Then just do a breathalyzer test.
I'm not good at balancing and I'm cold and I'm scared.
Okay, so...
Like, I'm very scared right now.
Oh, Fred, not Dick Flute. I've got the best music. And that always helps to calm my nerves when dealing with you shits.
Wait,
Although there's a lot of grinning involved.
So I'm offering you...
And I'm trying to do it sober and I can't even do it, like, without 2
Here
shots.
she goes. She's trying again.
Call someone.
You'll get to call somebody. So you're telling me that you don't want to do this test?
No, I don't want to do that one. You did my eyes. I don't want to do this one.
Can I explain the third test to you and see if you want to do that one?
Is it coming backwards from... Okay.
It's standing on one leg.
Oh, just calm down, officer. You know she's dyslexic. She doesn't know what a leg is, let alone...
Stand and see if you want to do that one.
Is it coming backwards from... Okay.
It's standing on one leg.
Oh, just calm down, officer. You know she's dyslexic. She doesn't know what a leg is, let alone one. What the actual fuck kind of excuse is that, hmm?
Well, I don't know. I just want to call somebody.
Eventually, you will get to call somebody. Not right this moment.
Yeah, you literally don't need to call anybody. I do not understand these people who are grown and they get into trouble with the police and they're like, I need to call someone right now. No, you can do that at the jail.
You don't have to be scared.
I just know I can't do that.
We're not gonna hurt you. You don't need to be scared.
I don't know. This is yelling at me. You don't know what I've been through.
I'm not saying I do. I'm saying I know right now that we're not gonna hurt you. Okay?
I don't know what I've been through.
Well, do you wanna, explain that one, officer? I mean, if she starts resisting, then that is the moment you gotta do some pain compliance, right? I'm pretty sure she doesn't know what that is. That's a big word.
Alright, so I'm gonna explain it to you. What I need you to do is stand.
It's very cold and I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Let him. Oh my god! Let him explain. Let him explain to you what's going on.
You want to do it? Do you want me to explain it to you?
What's the next one?
So when I tell you to, so you're gonna take one leg. Doesn't matter which one. And you're gonna raise it approximately 6 inches off the ground. You're gonna keep your foot parallel to the ground like this. You're gonna look at your foot. You're gonna count out loud. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Okay? You're gonna look at your foot. You're gonna count out loud like I described. You're gonna keep your arms down at your sides. You're gonna keep both your legs straight. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but what?
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So do you want
total bull? How is it total bull? You're the one who agreed to do the tests.
to understand the test?
I do understand.
Do you want to perform the test? I'm not gonna make you do it, but I need to.
I don't know if I should because I'm cold.
It's up to you.
I don't know if I should.
I'm not gonna make you do it, but I need to.
I don't know if I should because I'm cold.
It's up to you.
I'm in trouble. Can we do it inside because I'm cold?
We're not going in the store. No.
Wait.
I'm not gonna make you do it, but I need to.
I don't know if I should because I'm cold.
It's up to you.
I'm in trouble. Can we do it inside?
It's hard to hear what she's saying because she's talking through her tears.
We're not going in the store. No. So.
Can I get another jacket?
Do you have another jacket?
In my car.
In your car?
There's a puffer. You can come with me to get it.
Well, he's gonna go get it, but
Please go get it.
grab
The purple jacket.
I'm sure there's nothing in it first.
Yeah. Where? What is it in the front, back?
Puffer is in the front seat.
All right. Do you want me to explain the test again? You know what to do?
Yeah, but I have to wait for me to do it.
I'm gonna let you wait a second. I'm not gonna stand here all night.
I know.
Do you want me to explain it again so you know what to do? Put one leg out, approximately 6 inches off the ground. Are you doing the test? I need you.
Wait.
Did she just start doing the test randomly?
Give you a minute to warm up. Approximately 6 inches off the ground. Are you doing the test? I need you.
have to warm up a little bit.
I'll give you a minute to warm up.
This morning. Okay, ready?
Whenever you are.
I'm just gonna do it. 1001, 1002, 1003,
That's okay, what?
1004.
Straighten that foot out.
I don't know how. I'm not,
Like this.
I don't.
Do this.
What?
You're doing this.
Should I do this?
No, that. Just like that.
Are you guys playing footsie off screen? I can't see what your foot is doing. What's going on here? Is it the foot of the ground or 6 inches of the ground? How many London buses go into a clog? Try and figure that one out.
Yeah, that's... 6... Wait.
Are you guys playing footsie off screen? I can't see what your foot is doing. What's going on here? Is it the foot of the ground or 6 inches of the ground? How many London buses go into a clog?
How many London buses?
Try and figure that one out.
Alright.
Sure.
Why do I have so fucking
Pick right back up. Keep going if you want.
Like I said,
I will let you continue if you want to continue.
I don't know which leg to go on.
Whichever one you want.
I've tried to do them, like, and I'm
You're allowed to use whichever leg you want.
I don't know which leg I should. 2001, 2002, 2003. That's all I need. That's all you need. Thank you. Can I call my mom?
Why do you want to call your mom? You want to call your mom because you did the test of 1001? There's no Mississippis here. Hey?
But you're right. What's your mom gonna do? That you like, Mom, help me! I got pulled over for drunk driving and crashing, and they want me to do sobriety tests, and I don't want to do them. Help me, Mom! Like, how is she supposed to help you there?
I am genuinely disappointed.
Alright, I'm gonna have to put Sam down the back.
Yeah, can I call my mom?
We will let you call your mom in a little bit. Okay?
When I go to fucking jail, no, I don't want
Face towards me, okay?
Exactly. I know. You're an asshole. Thank you for being such an asshole.
Where the hell did that come from? He actually got your jacket as well. Just
Right?
because he's... he told you to stop talking, which seems to be literally impossible for you.
No
So I can understand why you're upset. But, you know,
got your
zip it.
jacket, so you could be warm.
Talking to me?
No, him. This whole time, no.
He's doing his job.
No, this whole time, you've been nice. And you're cuffing me and I'm
Hold still. I'm trying not to pinch you.
You can pinch me, I don't care.
Well, I
You've
don't
been
want
nice
to.
to
I
me
don't
this
want to
whole
pinch you.
time. Can you take me wherever I have to go? I don't want him to because he's been an asshole
you will
this whole
get it.
fucking time.
Okay, I hear you.
Oh,
I
here we
will
go
take you.
with
No,
Alright?
like I'm not even lying.
Stop. He needs to lock it
Turning?
first. He needs
What
to
am I
double-
doing?
He needs to
What
double
are
lock
you
it, okay?
doing? You're
He
being
can.
arrested.
He's fine. Fuck you, officer. What's your name?
Stop, okay?
Fuck
No,
you, officer.
Sir, what's your name?
His name's
Officer Williams.
Okay, f you, Officer Williams.
Yeah, fuck you, Officer Williams, for arresting me when you should.
Okay, cool. I need you to just calm down.
No, but he's been an asshole this whole fucking time. F you, officer.
Yeah, I need you to face calm, okay? I'm gonna search you. Do you have anything on you I need to know about?
Can you get my
Oh, here we go to the
Can I get
jail.
Vaseline?
What did I walk in on? Might I remind you? Well, I have said it for the 3rd time now. Family fucking friendly show, but apparently
It needs saying again.
nobody seems to care.
In my purse before. I have to take my picture.
What'd she
Said it
say?
for the 3rd time now. Family fucking friendly show, but apparently nobody seems to care.
In my purse before. I have to take my picture.
For Vaseline for what?
Yeah, because my blister drag. And I know everyone's gonna go look at my picture.
You're a what?
Blister drag. And
For Vaseline for
yeah,
what?
because my blister drag. And I know everyone's gonna go look at my picture.
What?
Drag. And picture.
For Vaseline for
Yeah,
what?
because my blister drag. And I know everyone's gonna go look at my picture.
We're gonna go this way.
No, you don't know how many people are gonna look at my picture.
Well, we don't broadcast it, so.
No, but they're broadcasted.
Alright.
Oh my god. Broadcast. Like, she is very, 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 very drunk and very paranoid.
That's true. You don't broadcast, but these bodycam footage is... I was about to say footages. Well, Police Watch got it, and, you know, here we are. Smile. You're on Ragicam?
Yeah,
Or it could be-
Ragicam. I like that.
You're welcome.
Will you grab it from my purse?
In a minute, yeah, not yet, all right? Good. Just stand right here for a sec. Yep. All right, we're gonna go in here. Go and stand on that yellow line, face the glass. I'm gonna search again, then I'll take the cuffs off, okay? Go ahead.
Where do you want me to go?
Right there. Yep.
And that, everyone, is a very annoying way to get yourself a DUI and charges for not being able to control your bloody vehicle. Or your brainy bit, which in her case has a permanent connection to her blabby bit. Now remember to put the bell and all things around it, and I will see you.
Oh, Radical, you silly boy.
Get in a car for me right now.
You silly boy.
Me, okay, stop talking. Listen to me.
I just... Too cold, you think she said? Maybe. I thought it was total bull. I thought she said this is total bull. But either way, she was very entitled, very stupid lady who got herself arrested for no reason at all, which usually happens. These people usually get themselves into trouble for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And it's everyone else's fault but theirs, and I don't understand why. Okay, we're gonna do a quick be right back. I shall return in a moment with some fresh coffee. If you require fresh coffee, now is the time to do so. And we'll be back in a couple minutes. All right. Here we go. We are going to jump over to our question period. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not feeling well at all. It's my woman issues have kicked in. And I am not feeling well. So I'm gonna kind of truncate this a bit, but I wanted to do question period because I wanted to make sure that we covered it because the official opposition leader is back in the House of Commons, and I wanted to see if Trudeau was there because he has not been around in the House of Commons for at least a week, if not more. So I thought it would be important to take a look at the House of Commons because we have some big foreign interference stuff going on with regards to the Liberal Party. And now that Pierre Poilievre is back in the House, I'd like to hear a little bit more of what he has to say.
Questions, question oral, the Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday the Bloc voted in favor of another tax increase by the Liberals to take money from Quebecers and give it to the centralizing government of this Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister thanked them literally after the vote with a thumbs up.
Wow! He actually thumbs up the Bloc Québécois after that? That's insane. The fact that he was like, sweet, thumbs up, thank you for that.
Is that the Liberal Bloc coalition? Less money for Quebec home builders, less money for Quebec entrepreneurs, less for doctors and entrepreneurs, and more for the federal Liberal colossal government. The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Oh, of course. Of course it's the Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and not Trudeau. Why on earth would Trudeau be here? Fury Kitten! Hello!
Mr. Speaker,
Mr.
our
Speaker.
government understands the importance of fairness. We understand that a teacher should not pay higher taxes than a multimillionaire.
Then why is Trudeau not paying higher taxes? Why are you taxing the crap out of people who want to like sell their cottages or pass their cottages down to their children or like pass a home down to their child? Like why are you trying to punish those people?
We also understand that our decision will give $3 billion to the province of Quebec, additional money that the province can use to invest in healthcare. But Quebec will give $3 billion
okay.
to the province of Quebec, additional money that the province can use to invest in healthcare. But the Conservatives don't like healthcare.
They don't like healthcare. Okay. That's the Conservatives don't like healthcare. All right.
They don't like investments by the government.
Leader of Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, this tax increase supported by the Bloc takes money away from doctors, forcing Quebec doctors to move elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The regions of Quebec will have fewer doctors during a cost of living crisis.
Not to mention, our population is aging across the country, and the fact that we have doctors and nurses just leaving in droves to go work in private healthcare in the States is terrifying because we don't have good doctors here to replenish them and replace them.
the Bloc has voted to tax farmers more. The Bloc has voted for a tax on home builders. How is it that the Bloc and the Liberals want to tax Quebecers more to give more money to a big centralizing government in Ottawa? The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
It depends. What if that multi-millionaire lot have high wealth? Nah.
Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you.
Quebecers understand the importance of fairness. They understand that it is very important for a nurse to not pay higher taxes than the ultra-rich. They also understand
you don't
that
care about nurses and what they're paying in taxes, Miss Freeland. Oh my God!
You to invest in healthcare, in daycares, and the province of Quebec needs that revenue as well. That is why the province has decided to do the same thing we are doing federally.
Bravo. Le chef de l'opposition.
9 years ago, the Prime Minister promised that taxing and spending more would make everything fair. Since then, Canada's had the worst growth in the G7, the worst in Canada's history since the Great Depression. Housing costs have doubled, rising faster than any other G7 country. So 76% of youth believe they'll never be able to afford a home. Yep. 1 in 10 people are at eating at food banks in Toronto, where there are 256 homeless encampments.
256 homeless encampments in Toronto. Just Toronto. 256.
Haven't the Liberals learned that taxing away doctors, taxing away home builders, taxing away the entrepreneurs who make paychecks is economic wackoness?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Just practice that scale till it feels natural. Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Mr. Speaker, we all certainly learned something yesterday. After 8 weeks of dithering and evasion, we learned
dithering?
Dithering
and evasion.
We learned which side the Conservatives are on. They had a chance to be very clear and say a teacher or a welder should not pay tax at a higher rate than a multimillionaire.
Dude, the capital gains tax doesn't say that at all. What are you talking about? Why are you making it sound like that? You insane person. What the hell are you talking about? This capital gains tax doesn't affect a teacher the same way as it affects a multimillionaire, and it doesn't even affect a multimillionaire the way that you say it does.
But they just couldn't help themselves. At the end of the day, the Conservatives are always on the side of those at the very top.
You mean, I can't believe you can say this with a straight face. The fact that you can say that unironically is insane to me.
And always against working people. That's what we saw yesterday.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the member mentions welders. Welders start businesses.
One of my favorite blues players is blind, and I can never remember his name. Blind blues player. Income tax is not capital gains tax or inheritance tax or growth tax. It will affect the teacher if she owns a cottage or sells a house. Same with the welder. Yes. Jeff Buckley.
Among the 300,000 small businesses that are targeted by this tax, according to the minister's own published documents. So those welders will pay a 66% tax on their investments. The same
that is insane.
to build the homes that we're going to need.
66% tax on their investment? Holy shit.
I'm having trouble hearing the question. I'm having trouble hearing the answer. So I'm going to ask honorable members to allow the questions and answers to happen.
Blind Blake.
From the top, the honorable leader of the official opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the member mentions welders. Welders incorporate. They start small businesses. Welding businesses that build things. Welding products that go into apartment complexes in which people live. So when the member taxes the small businesses that help us build the housing, she not only kills jobs for those welders, she actually kills housing when we are in a housing shortage. How could the minister possibly think it's a good idea to tax home building in a housing crisis and farmers in a food crisis?
Oh, but Mr. Speaker, we removed the GST on rental projects building. That's what we did.
I'm going to ask for the quiet in return. The honorable
Imagine if we just stopped paying tax.
Mr. Speaker, well,
oh,
for
Jeff
one
Healy,
thing,
yes.
The conservative leader should
Jeff
get
Healy is
his
also
facts
Canadian.
Straight. Of course, what we are talking about is a 2/3 inclusion rate,
Oh,
not a
yes.
2/3 tax rate. But he never bothers to actually get his numbers straight. What he
I'm sorry. Did you just say that Polyev never bothers to get his numbers straight? Meanwhile, he always shows up with, like, StatsCan information and, like, actual data points? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Polyev never gets his numbers right.
Bother to do is to actually stand on the side of working people. He has been faking
Hell,
his
my
support
company is
for
at risk for
workers,
this capital
but
gains
yesterday
bullshit.
workers learned where he really stands, and that is not with them.
Like, this year we're guessing we're gonna break that 1,000,000 milestone and then we're screwed. Oh,
That's right. That's for sure.
The honorable leader of the official opposition.
Mr. Speaker, taxing farmers during a food crisis, taxing home builders during a housing crisis, taxing away doctors during a healthcare crisis, and taxing small businesses during an economic growth crisis is economic vandalism.
Ooh.
During a healthcare crisis, and taxing small businesses during an economic growth crisis is economic vandalism.
Ooh. I like that. I like that.
And nothing less, Mr. Speaker. That is precisely why this minister has given us the worst growth in the G7, the worst growth for the next 40 years projected for the OECD, and 256 homeless encampments in her hometown. Isn't that the predictable result of her disastrous policies?
That was pretty scorching, and I wonder if Fergus is gonna call him out for it.
The honorable deputy
Nope.
prime minister.
Good.
Mr. Speaker, do you know what the average income in Ottawa Carleton is? Because I do. Speaker, do you know what the average income in Ottawa Carleton is? Because I do. It is $58,400.
So?
The average person in Ottawa Carleton could only dream of earning $250,000 in a given year.
Hey, you know what? I bet you... Don't you earn more than what he earns? Don't, as the deputy prime minister, aren't you at like over $300,000?
But the Conservative leader thinks his average constituent should pay tax on their hard-earned salary at a higher rate.
They're not
than
paying...
someone who is earning more than $250,000.
That's not what that tax is gonna, the capital gains tax, oh my god. You disingenuous bitch. That is not what the capital gains tax is gonna do, and you know it.
Capital gains alone. Whose side is he really on?
Exactly.
The Honourable Member for La Prairie. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. The Liberals want to tax the capital gains of the rich, but their simplistic definition of who the rich are catches Quebecers like small investors and individual entrepreneurs. The Bloc Québécois will propose amendments to correct this. For example,
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You know, you could have just voted against it. And what is the average income in your riding, miss? I only pay 10% in taxes for my $400,000 salary. Right? What is the median earning, not just the mean? Oh, the condescension from this cunt. Oh, I know. I know, right?
Example, to offer homeowners who are not real estate speculators access to a higher one-time exemption rather than the annual exemption of $250,000. Will the government commit to working with us to avoid raising taxes on the assets of Quebecers who are not ultra-rich?
How about the assets of everybody who isn't ultra-rich? Like all middle and all middle income families with cottages and shit. Holy shit. And MPs pay a special version of income tax. They only pay like $20,000 a year. The world's highest paid journalist is speaking right now. Never forget that. Yep. That bitch is a journalist first and foremost.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister. Thank you for the question. Mr. Speaker, I would like to begin by thanking the Bloc for their vote yesterday.
Thank you for propping up my government. I really needed the help.
For tax fairness. They understand, like Quebecers understand, the importance of...
Like we could never sell. Ever. Otherwise we have to pay 66% on what the house gains from the work I put into it. Jesus Christ. And MPs mostly write off family members as consultants after claiming them as staff. Yep.
Solidarity, social solidarity, the importance of fairness. They understand that a teacher should not pay higher taxes than the ultra-rich.
Holy shit, are you gonna say that every single time?
I'll wait for a little bit of silence. The Honourable Member for La Prairie. It's not complicated. Raising taxes on the ultra-rich? Yes. Raising taxes on the savings of the self-employed who have invested everything in triplex? No. These people have nothing to do with the real estate bubble. They have nothing to do with the difficulties of first-time buyers.
He's not wrong. But the stupid Bloc Québécois shouldn't have voted for this bill if they didn't like it. They're paid too much for just noticing what's going on and not paying or not doing anything about it. So in a lifetime, our kids are only allowed to buy and sell one time. Yep. Apparently so.
Come on. Come on. Order, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The Honourable Member for La Prairie can start the question again. It's not complicated. Raising taxes on the ultra-rich? Yes. Raising taxes on the savings of a self-employed person with no retirement fund who has invested everything in triplex? No. These people have nothing to do with the real estate bubble. They have nothing to do with the difficulties of first-time buyers. So the Liberals have a choice before them. Work intelligently with us, or hurt Quebecers who aren't ultra-rich to score political points against the Conservatives.
Well, you voted for... Oh my god. Did you not think that maybe this was something you should have brought up yesterday before you voted for this thing? Dumb fuck. Holy shit. All MPs should have their assets liquidated and live in social housing. When they leave office, they should get a positive or negative percentage on how the economy improved. Oh, I like that. 150 years ago, there was no taxes, and the government body ran their own businesses to make Canada money. The government put in taxes and got lazy. Now do they do anything to make money other than get taxes? No.
Nope. They make the right choice.
Then why did you... Again, they're like, you need to make the right choice. No. Well, then why didn't you make the right choice, Bloc Québécois? Why did you vote this capital gains tax in before suggesting these amendments to it? Why did you... Like, that's stupid.
It's Wednesday. The Honorable Deputy Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, once again, thank you for the question. I want to highlight once again that we've made an important decision. The House has supported an important measure, a measure for fairness, a measure that will fund investments that are so important for Canada.
What the How? How will this do any of that? Literally, there's no way this could possibly do anything you just said.
Important investments for Quebec. The province of Quebec will receive $3 billion thanks to this measure. I think healthcare will really benefit. The Honourable Member for Rosemont-La Petite Patrie. Mr. Speaker, the housing crisis is everywhere. Seniors are sleeping in their cars. People aren't able to afford skyrocketing rents. A recent report tells us why. Affordable housing is disappearing at an alarming rate throughout the country. It's simple. There's little or none. The Liberals and the Conservatives have abandoned social and affordable housing.
Well, the Conservatives haven't been in power for about 10 years. So I don't know how you can say the Conservatives have abandoned affordable social housing.
It wasn't profitable for their speculator friends, it seems, but people need a roof over their heads. What are those two old parties good for if they can't even guarantee a basic need, housing? The Honourable Minister. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank my colleague for his question. I'd like to remind him that there's a measure in the most recent budget, and it was highlighted by different stakeholders.
Oh my God.
We've put $1.5 billion to take housing off the market, to ensure and reserve affordable housing off the market for people who need them.
And also, and how many houses did you do that for? Also, how many government buildings have you, like, you guys were supposed to do that 9 years ago. You're still reviewing how many buildings you have that you can put into apartment buildings. Like, this is ridiculous. You're not doing any of the things you said 9 years ago that you would do.
That's what we've done, and we'll work with all nonprofits, with municipalities, to increase the number of affordable and social housing units. Thank you.
Member for Port Moody, Coquitlam.
Quebec gets $3 billion because the grandma's farm goes into probate in Alberta. Yep.
Cliff Park and across the country are rising up against corporate greed that is causing skyrocketing rents and resulting in evictions and rising homelessness. Renters cannot keep up with the costs of these unfair corporate practices, and the Liberals themselves are partners in making these rental units unaffordable.
Yep.
This is a violation of the human right to housing. Why is the Liberal government partnering in these exploitative practices and causing harm to Canadians?
Because they're not acting in the best interest of Canadians?
Mr. President, I want to thank my colleague for her question, and I want to say to her and to all Canadians that are watching that this government was the first government that made historic investment in housing. But not only that, we recognize the human right of a house.
Are you
And
sure?
we have, for the first time, named a commissioner
'Cause you sound
to
like you
defend
don't give
the
a
right
fuck.
of tenants. And we'll continue to work with all provinces and municipalities to defend those rights.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
There we go.
The Bloc is now condemning the same tax increase that they just voted in favor of.
Thank you! Thank you for pointing that out, sir. I was very confused by that. I was very, very confused by why that happened. A fucking blowhard. Yep.
Mr. Speaker, it seems that they are changing their position.
That welders won't have to pay this tax. Only the 0.13% wealthiest. Well, all the economists contradict that. The fact that she has 300,000 businesses that she admits will be taxed and all of their owners will be taxed contradicts that as well. So there's one way we could solve this controversy. Will she commit to put in law that no one in the bottom 99.87% will pay any new taxes?
Yes. Do that. Do that. No matter what, put in the bottom, like the bottom 99% don't pay anything new. Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, a moment ago, the Leader of the Opposition already demonstrated his financial illiteracy. He doesn't
What?
understand how the capital gains inclusion rate works.
The fuck? The what? The who? The what? The huh? Did she just say that fucking Polyev is financially illiterate? Meanwhile, she has just created the worst budget in 40 years. Holy shitballs.
But I want to offer him an opportunity to continue his economic education.
Oh my god.
The IMF published a report on the Canadian economy. The IMF commented on our capital gains move and said it makes the system more fair. And
The IMF. Yes, that's what we want. That's what we want commenting on the state of our shit. We want the IMF. What's next? The WEF?
and also said it will have no impact on investment or productivity. That's the IMF, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
I think we should just let's put aside the disagreement and even the debate on this, and let's come to a resolution here that will bring a lot of calm to the millions of Canadians who are worried about their taxes going up. The minister claims that only the 0.13% wealthiest Canadians will pay. So why not just enshrine that in law? Will she commit today to pass an amendment to her tax bill stating that no one whose income is in the bottom 99.87% will pay any new taxes at all?
There you go. That is a fair question. Yes, Klaus Schwab and the International Monetary Fund talking about showing your fucking hand, you communist fuck. Yup. She just played her hand. She just exposed herself big time.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I want to quote some interesting words that were stated in this House of Commons.
Oh my god, dude, just answer the question. Just answer the damn question.
Quote, the monstrous increases in capital gains are making the rich vastly richer and creating a kind of aristocratic feudal economy. Do you know who said that, Mr. Speaker? The member for Carleton. We agree the current system is unfair. We are pushing against it. What made the member, after 8 weeks of dithering, change his mind?
Dithering, huh?
The Honourable Leader of the of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, we're simply asking the minister to put her words into law. Okay? So she's claimed that no one who earns less than the top 0.13% of income in the country will be affected. So, once again, will she amend her bill to say that no one who is in the bottom 99.87% of income earners will pay any new tax increase whatsoever? Yes or no?
No. No, she won't. The question, the answer to your question is 2 no's. No, she won't do that, and no, she won't answer yes or no.
The Honorable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, let's review what we've learned so far in question period today. First, the leader of the official opposition.
Did I just hear, oh snap? Yes. Yes, you did.
Opposition doesn't even understand how the capital gains inclusion rate works.
Yes, that's right.
That's a problem. Second, the leader of the official opposition disavows his own words in this House about capital gains. But probably the most important thing is that the average income in Carleton is $58,400. Their MP is not on the side of working people earning that.
And you are? You are, but he's not. Really? 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 That okay? So we're supposed to believe that you're on the side of working class people, but Polyev isn't. Okay. And what is that to make us believe that? Your words? Your actions? The fact that you make almost twice as much money as he does? It was a closed question, It was a closed question, you cloth-eared bint. I love that period. Oh my god. That was amazing.
The Honorable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, I'm just quoting right now from her own budget speech, where she said, for 99.87% of Canadians, there will be no extra capital gains tax. Okay, she put it in the her speech. So why won't she put it in the law?
Here. The Honorable Government House Leader.
Oh my god!
So why won't she
Did
put it in
she
the
just
law?
walk out?
The Honorable Government House Leader.
Did she just walk out? Holy shit, I think she just walked out.
Order. I'll try it in French. Alors.
Order.
L'honorable leader.
The Honorable Government House Leader.
For about 20 years, this leader has been skulking around this place without really much contact with the outside world. Skulking
around this place without much contact with the outside world. What, is he Smeagol? Is Polyev now Smeagol?
In the 9 years that they've been over there, they voted against a child benefit, a dental plan, a prescription drug plan.
Why are you not answering any of the questions that he just asked?
Look to that person to stand up for their interests, for fairness in Canada. That guy takes a seat, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
I see they pulled the finance minister off the ice. She can't answer a question. So she mentioned she won't guarantee in law that the bottom 99.87% of Canadians will pay nothing. So let's make it a little bit easier for her. She claimed that she doesn't want welders to have to pay more. Will she amend her bill to ensure that not a single welder anywhere in Canada will be forced to pay this tax increase? Yes.
How about a single self-employed person? How about that? She's still there. I think he's just taking the question. Oh. Okay, I want a large meat lovers pizza, extra sausage, extra. Yeah. Order. Okay, I want a large meat lovers pizza with extra sausage and extra pineapple. Did this asshole really just jump up to White Knight for Freeland and refuse to give the question answer? Yes. Yes, he did.
The Honorable Minister.
What? I can't tell what they just said. Must be trouble what?
The more I stand here, the longer question period takes. Yeah,
The Honorable Minister of Innovation.
Oh my god! Mr. Speaker, we will take no lessons from the conservative.
Generational fairness is key to Canadians, Mr. Speaker, and that's why in the last budget we presented measures, Mr. Speaker, measures to build this country, measures to invest in our economy, measures to invest in the middle class, measures to help Canadian, Mr. Speakers, and you know what?
Mr. Speakers? There's more than one speaker? Okay.
Capital gains change will help Canadians, Mr. Speaker, and you know what? Our capital gains change will help Canadians.
Oh, it will it? The capital gains change will help Canadians. How? How? Trudeau for treason. Yep.
Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, can you believe they voted against tax fairness, Mr. Speaker?
They voted against it. Can you believe that? Yeah, I can.
We will fight for Canadians and we will fight for the middle class. Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, can you believe they voted against tax fairness, Mr. Speaker? Against tax fairness, Mr. Speaker. On this side of the House, we will fight for Canadians and we will fight for the middle class.
Listen to how angry. Holy shit. Listen to how angry he is. Holy moly.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Is he laughing? I think Polyev is laughing.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
I think.
Are they okay over there?
I think Polyev is laughing.
Are they okay over there?
They're a little wacky.
I won't call them wacko, Mr. Speaker. That's unparliamentary. But
Oh, damn! Oh, damn! Oh, damn, Polyev!
I won't call them wacko, Mr. Speaker. That's unparliamentary. But I just have a very simple question. And this is for the finance minister if she's not still in hiding. Very simple question. She said she doesn't want welders to have to pay more. Will she put an amendment in her tax bill saying that not one single welder will face a tax increase?
Hey, pipe down.
Hey, pipe down. Pipe down. He's just looking around like, what the fuck did he just say?
Hey, pipe down. The honorable government house leader.
The honorable government house leader. Of course not Freeland.
Speaker, in any given year, 0.5 0.13% of Canadians will pay a modest increase in their taxable gains. But I hear the leader across who has never seen a support for a single Canadian that he is prepared to vote for, talking about sideline.
Oh, I cannot wait to see how the Twitter retards spin this shit. Right?
People. He sidelines that entire caucus in every single question period. We hear from him yawning and misinformation.
What?
Question period. We hear from him yawning and misinformation all the time, Mr. Speaker. Unchain the rest of the people over there.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna play that back because I don't think anybody, like, I don't think he said anything.
Pay a modest.
The honorable government house leader.
Speaker, in any given year, 0.13% of Canadians will pay a modest increase in their taxable gains. But I hear the leader across who has never seen a support for a single Canadian that he is prepared to vote for, talking about sidelining people. He sidelines that entire caucus in every single...
What are you talking about? That's demonstrably false. Like, he gives his backbenchers lots of time to ask questions. His shadow cabinet is often talking in place of him. Melissa Lantsman always gets to talk. Andrew Scheer gets to talk. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Question period. We hear from him yawning and misinformation all the time, Mr. Speaker. Unchain the rest of the people over there.
Yes, you do hear from him. He is the leader of the fucking opposition, you fucking moron. Yeah, but here's the important thing. He actually speaks. Unlike your leadership. Yeah, exactly. Order. Oh, we've got an argument going on.
Order, please. Order.
Finita.
Are we done?
Oh.
Are you done? Not done? All right. The Honourable Member for Saint-Hyacinthe-Pagode. Mr. Speaker, La Presse described this morning the fiasco that is the CARM application by the Border Services Agency. CARM is like ArriveCan, an app with cost overruns reaching $300 million and counting. Just like with ArriveCan, the CBSA is also behind its development. Just like with ArriveCan, the Coradix firm, now suspended from public tenders, had a small contract in this. In short, a new app, same fiasco, same people in charge, same government. What is the minister doing to get the agency back in order? It's the Wild West there.
Nothing.
The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, we understand very well the concern of exporters and other Canadian businesses that deal with the Border Services Agency.
You don't understand shit about anything. About any small business, any operational, logistical, anything.
That is why we have delayed.
This speaker is a lot more fun. I agree.
Implementation of the application. I'm fully aware of the concerns, and I will ensure the Border Services Agency proceeds in the right way. The Honourable Member for St.
No, he's not unhinged at all.
The CARM application is like ArriveCan, a money pit. What's more, it's like Phoenix. It doesn't work. It's a total disaster. It's serious because it's supposed to collect customs duties at the Canada-US border.
And data. Like, customs data.
Pit. What's more, it's like Phoenix. It doesn't work. It's a total disaster. It's serious because it's supposed to collect customs duties at the Canada-US border. $3.5 billion flow across the border every day. Imagine
That's a lot
mess
of money.
if the application doesn't work. That's why, back in March, The International Trade Committee was already asking the agency for documents, including their contingency plans.
Which, of course, being Justin Trudeau's government, no documents have been forthcoming.
It's now June, and we've received nothing. Will the minister force the agency to provide the documents so that we can correct this fiasco? The Honourable Minister of Public Safety. Mr. Speaker, of course, I will ensure the agency provides the committee with all of the appropriate documents.
I will ensure. That was, but you should have insured it in March, dude.
Documents requested. I've also had a number of discussions with the Border Services Agency in order to ensure the scenario our colleague is talking about doesn't happen, and I will continue to do this work myself with the Border Services Agency. The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Before we continue, I am going to quickly go to the washroom. Because I've got kind of an emergency. But I will be right back, and we will continue our perusal into this question period, because it's a good one today. They are spicy. They are spicy. So I'll be right back. Ugh. Sorry about that, guys. Being a woman sucks balls sometimes. Okay, here we go.
Speaker, I know that the Liberals are demanding I stop asking questions. I can understand why, because the finance minister's gone into hiding and stopped answering them. She's claimed that no one except the rich is 0.13% will pay any tax. But the greatest university economist in Canada, Jack Mintz, has reported that 1.25 million will pay. But let's not dispute who's right or wrong. Will the minister accept an amendment to her bill to ensure that not a single plumber will have to pay any extra taxes under this proposal?
He's moved on from welders to farmers now. Which, I don't blame him. He's gonna go through everything that she said. Teacher, welder, farmer. He's gonna go through it all.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance.
Hey!
Mr. Speaker, we can see how nervous and how anxious...
What? How nervous and how what?
Mr. Speaker, we can see how nervous and how anxious the Conservatives are.
What? I'm sorry. Who just spent the last 15 minutes refusing to answer a question and having all the men speak for her?
They spent 8 weeks terrified of saying anything about capital gains.
What?
And today, the Conservative leader is so anxious, he doesn't trust a single member of his caucus to...
Or it's his job. Maybe it's like the actual, it's an opposition day where he's supposed to do his job and be in opposition to everything that you guys are doing and speak on it. Because that's his job?
To say a word. But you know, Mr. Speaker, I have sympathy for them. Because they have shown how phony they are. They
How
have
what?
They have shown how phony they are.
Phony. They've shown how phony they are, have they?
They have had a chance to be on the side of working people, on the side of fairness. They've shown whose side they're really on.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Will the finance minister exempt all carpenters from her tax increase? Yes or no?
The Honourable Minister of Finance, Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we presented...
Holy fuck! Yes or no? Yes or no, dude? That's it.
Every single member of this House with a very clear and actually really easy choice. Do you think someone who makes their salary, like that person in Carleton, whose only income is their wage, who's making 58 grand a year, do you think they should pay tax at a higher marginal rate than someone earning capital gains of more than $250,000 a year? It's not complicated, but it's complicated for them.
Yeah. That was not that was not an answer to any question. That was
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, there are a lot of restaurant owners who will pay this tax increase on their very first dollar of investment gains that inside a company. That is a fact. So will who earn $58,000 a year? So simple question. If what I'm saying is wrong, there's a very simple solution. Will the minister commit to amending her bill to say that any retiring restaurant owner who's been earning $58,000 a year will be fully exempt from any of these tax increases?
Oh my god. I love how he actually has the math behind this. And he's just like he just keeps using her, like he keeps using real math and real logic, and she just keeps not answering the question.
The Honourable Minister of Finance and Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there was once a Conservative Prime Minister. His name was John Diefenbaker. He was from the prairies like me and like the Conservative leader. He set up a royal commission on tax. And Ken Carter, who led that commission, said memorably, a buck is a buck is a buck. He thought that all your income, whether it's a capital gain or you make it through hard work, should be taxed. But these conservatives have shown their true colors.
What the fuck are you even saying right now? Does anybody understand what she just said? I'm going to go for steel erectors next.
They are just not on the side of working people, and they're embarrassed.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
John Diefenbaker is from Saskatchewan, where there are lots of farmers. So the member won't commit to amend her law to exempt carpenters or plumbers or retiring modest income independent restaurant owners. So, very simple question. Given that we're in a food price crisis, will the finance minister amend her proposal to say that no farmer will pay higher taxes under this plan?
He is literally going over every small business, every way that you could make capital gains and not be a freaking super rich person. He is literally gonna go down every single business.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, the Conservative leader is squirming. The Conservative leader is nervous. And I know why he's nervous, Mr. Speaker, because we presented him yesterday with a very clear choice. You could be on the side of someone who sweats every day.
You don't know what it means to sweat every day and work hard, Christian. Even when you were a journalist, you were an anchor behind a news desk. You don't know what it means to, actually work hard.
Every single year, more than $250,000 in capital gains. We know whose side we're on. Now we know whose side they're on, too.
Yeah. The Honourable Member for Skeena, Bulkley Valley.
Mr. Speaker, everyone wants to avoid a shutdown at Canada's two biggest railways, and rail workers deserve the time needed to negotiate a fair deal. But CP and CN seem to be trying to orchestrate a simultaneous work stoppage in order to force the workers' hand. Now, the union has suggested staggering the negotiations in order to minimize the impacts. This seems to be in everyone's best interest, but the companies have rejected it outright. What will the minister do to support the union's very reasonable request?
Here, here. The Honourable Minister of Labour.
Speaker, what the Minister of Labour will do is make sure that both sides remain at the table and that they are fully supported by our Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service.
Are you going to handcuff them to the table?
96% success rate in preventing work stoppages and strikes. We stand with them. They are well supported at the table. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Nunavut.
For 30 years, Johannes Rivor sexually abused children in Nunavut when he was supposed to be a priest. Instead of being tried for his crimes, Rivor escaped to France. The churches failed the victims. The RCMP failed the victims. Now the federal governments keep failing the victims. He died before justice was ever served. People are still hurting. When will this government act to ensure the victims of Rivor get the justice they deserve?
She's a good, strong Inuit lady, that one.
The Honourable Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
He has asked the question 23 times, and you have failed to answer it, even with the assistance of your white knights.
I do thank my colleague for that very important question. The sad history surrounding the abuses in the north with Reverend Rivor is devastating. Many people
you don't even know what this guy did, I bet.
To many survivors. He passed away recently, yet it doesn't bring justice to those who are seeking justice. We will continue to work and support the families and those who survived, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
The honourable member for Winnipeg South Centre.
Mr. Speaker, Winnipeg's downtown is full of historic buildings. One of our most iconic is the old Hudson's Bay building located at the corners of Portage and Memorial Avenues. It holds a storied history for Winnipeggers. A vibrant downtown is vital for a strong economy. Mr. Speaker, over the past few months, our government has been working closely in collaboration with local First Nations to...
So that's a liberal person. She scares me more than my aunt. She sounds scary. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit and see what we've got here.
Speaker, I want
to learn. She's going to be.
Oh.
A wonderful grandmother, 93-year-old Liz Diachin, is severing a few lots off of her longtime family farm to give them to her kids and grandkids so that they can have a place to live in this terrible housing crisis.
Oh, I think Pincalo mentioned this to me the other day.
She was surprised to learn she's going to be paying this latest Liberal tax increase. She was asked, "Are you rich?" She said, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm on a pension." Mr. Speaker, will the Finance Minister amend her bill so that low-income grandmothers who are passing on a little bit of land for their kids to live on will not be hit by this tax increase?
Look, another type of person affected by the capital gains tax that aren't rich. Isn't that amazing? I hate to be the one to point it out, but this guy isn't even from Canada. He's an Indian immigrant that was elected for Toronto riding. Oh, fuck.
The Honourable Minister of Finance, Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I want to share another quote.
Oh my god. We don't want quotes, we want answers.
Wealthiest 1% who own the most expensive and luxurious real estate and have in their portfolios the most stocks and bonds will continue to see their net worth expand, having done nothing, by the way, to deserve that expanded net worth. When they sell those assets, they accrue a capital gain. We think more of it should be taxed. That's a quote from the member from Carleton.
This is what I was trying to explain to your sister last night about what I told your dad about we should sell the cottage. Yeah. Yeah.
But that was when he was being a fake populist.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, Liz Diachin is not among those wealthy 1% the member just described. She has a pension of probably, I'm guessing, $45,000 a year. She's a grandmother who's simply trying to sever off a few lots so that her kids and her grandkids can have a place to live. Those lots have enough value that they will be hit by capital gains tax, and they're over $250,000. So she will pay this. She will pay us the 66% tax. So, very simple question: will the minister amend the law so that this wonderful grandmother does not have to pay higher taxes?
Like, all she's trying to do is help her grandkids and her kids out, and she's getting screwed by the government. Like, anything that, like, if when it comes time for my grandparents to sell their home off, they're gonna have to pay a huge amount of capital gains tax off of that. Because they bought it in the 60s for, like, what, like $20,000, something like that? Something stupid? They're gonna, like, ugh. And they're not rich. Like, but between the cottage that they own and the house that they own, when it comes time for their assets to be sold off, you know, their capital gains tax.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I think the Conservative leader is a little bit confused because he seemed to think that those were my words I quoted.
No, he just doesn't give a fuck about your quote. He wants you to answer the question.
I was in fact quoting him.
Oh.
I was quoting his words about the wealthiest 1% and their stock portfolios and luxury real estate. But that was back when the Conservative leader was pretending to be
One
a
of those
friend
properties is a swamp, and the other one has hydro gear on it.
of working people. He was pretending to be on the side of the little guy. Yesterday we learned that is just not true. But we are on the side of fairness.
Oh yeah,
The
of course
Leader
you
of the
are.
Official opposition.
Mr. Speaker, it is true that this government has unjustly enriched the wealthiest 1% with their inflationary policies. So let's just make sure that no one else pays the bill for that. Will the minister accept an amendment to her proposal to ensure that the 99% of lowest income earners
Oh, he's asking it a different way now.
do not pay this tax increase, so this wonderful grandmother does not have to pay the bill?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
You're the leader opposite.
Your mother is going to pay capital gains on that monstrosity because of where it's located. Yep. Yep.
That has spent the entire question period talking about electricians and farmers and fishers.
Oh, listen to the Liberals laughing.
Electricians.
The Honourable Government House Leader.
You're the leader opposite has spent the entire question period talking about electricians and farmers and fishers.
And notice how the Liberals are laughing at this. That he's been talking about all these people who are going to be affected, and they're just like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And there's the Conservatives applauding.
Yep. The Honourable Government House Leader can start from the top.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The leader opposite cites electricians, carpenters, plumbers. Mr. Speaker, I come from family, as do many of us, of farmers and electricians and people who bring home a T4 slip at the end of the year.
And you care about none of them. Literally, none of them. Because of what you have been doing and saying in this house for many years.
Those people who earn an honest paycheck, what do they expect from their government? They expect tax fairness.
No, they also expect transparency and a small government and an accountable government and a government that doesn't sell them up the river.
We are asking all those who pay who gain $250,000 on their investments in a given year, 0.13% of the population, to pay a little bit more. I don't know any electricians who are in that category, Mr. Speaker.
He didn't say electricians, he said welders. There's a difference, you dumbass. He did.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Well, if that were true, then they would be prepared to put in writing, in the law, that no farmer, fisher, or electrician will pay any new tax under this increase. Will they?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
What will be in the law is that anyone who makes a capital gain over $250,000, the first $250,000 are exempt, 50% inclusion rate. Over $250,000 in a given year will pay 66%.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. She spent the first half talking of teachers and welders till she dug her hole deep enough. Yep.
That's less than Brian Mulrooney asked them to pay, and it gets us closer to the fairness that who's asking for? The electricians, the farmers, the teachers, the nurses, the fishers, the people in Canada who expect us to stand up for tax fairness and against that!
Against that! Ah! Angry man! Angry man! I don't think this idiot understands or realizes the tradesmen. I don't think this idiot realizes that all the tradesmen that he is right now trying to sell up hates the Liberals. Yeah.
The honourable member for Rivière-du-Nord. Allah, deal with these Zionist attackers. Allah, deal with the enemies of the people of Gaza. Allah, find and exterminate them all. Spare not one of them. That was Adil Sharkawi in Montreal on October 28, 2023. He suffered no consequences because in Canada, the law allows you to call for the extermination of an entire people under cover of religion. The RCMP want to modernize the criminal code so they're better equipped to deal with hate crimes. The Bloc is proposing to do away with this religious exemption. Will the minister support us? The Honourable Minister of Transport.
Why is the Minister of Transport answering that question? It's about 45,000 for every 250,000. Jesus.
Speaker, there is no form of hate that this government has ever accepted. We will always combat all
except for conservative hate
forms of hatred, whether it's racism, Islamophobia, discrimination, anti-Semitism, or what have you.
Except you clearly don't.
Religion should not be an excuse for propagating hate, and that is why the government has its own bill to fight online hate. I hope the Bloc will support that. The Honourable Member for Rivière-du-Nord. Mr. Speaker, the government says Canada is a secular country, but it isn't. This religious exemption is the opposite of secularism. It makes it possible to commit a crime that would otherwise be punishable by law. Does it make sense to let hate speech hide behind a god when it incites violence? Should the criminal code contain religious exemptions that couch in prayer a call to exterminate people?
No.
It's not right. The RCMP knows it, and so does the government. Mr. Speaker, will they vote for the Bloc's bill and get rid of this religious exemption? The Honourable Minister of Transport.
Well, again, why is the Minister of Transport answering this question? This needs to be a Minister of Justice question. What the fuck? I should know I have enough as clients. That's not a call to violence. No.
Mr. Speaker, Canada is a secular country, and hate speech is not allowed or tolerated. We've always combated it, and that's precisely why we have tabled legislation to fight online hatred, including Islamophobia and...
Oh, yes, on your Bill C-63. Yes, your Online Harms Act.
Anti-Semitism, whether hatred is in the streets or online, it does harm. It does harm to our society, and I hope the Bloc will vote along with us.
Mr. Speaker, the minister proposes this new tax increase on every single...
Do you guys, they are forced to answer?
I hope
That's
the Bloc
good.
will vote along with us.
Mr. Speaker, the minister proposes this new tax increase on every single dollar that a fisherman earns inside of his small business. There is no $250,000 exemption for him. Even if he just earns $1,000, he'll have to pay the tax increase. We forget it's not just our wonderful farmers that feed us, but it's also our fishermen.
Why are the Liberals yelling? He's talking quietly, like on purpose, so he's not, because the Liberals have been screaming, so he's trying to talk normally. And now they're talking over him.
Will the finance minister amend her bill to ensure that there will not be a single fish harvester anywhere in Canada that will face a tax increase?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Oh, come on.
Mr. Speaker, I grew up in Atlantic Canada. I grew up as the grandson of 2 dairy farmers. I grew up around an awful lot of fishers. I grew up around people who worked with their hands and didn't think that electricians got electricity from the sky.
What?
But rather, they got it in, plugged from the wall. What I would like to challenge the leader to do is he should gather all of the electricians who think that they should not pay over...
Do you know what you're saying?
$250,000.
Do you even know what you're saying?
All the electricians who think that a buck is a buck is a buck will compare.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Will they exempt electricians from this tax hike?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, for the past couple of years, the Conservative leader has been cosplaying a friend of union workers.
Did you just call him a cosplayer? Do you even know what cosplay is? Holy shit! Holy shit! And he bets the grandpas are either dead or don't talk to this guy. Do you know when he says I grew up around rather than saying I live around, I work around, I speak to? Yeah. Kind of makes me wonder if he doesn't speak to anybody in the fisheries industry anymore for some weird reason.
But yesterday we called his bluff, and they know it. Here's what the president of the CLC said. With this vote, the Conservative leader has shown he believes that an ordinary worker flipping burgers for a living should be taxed on 100% of their income.
That is not at all what that means, and you know it. Holy fuck. Holy shit.
While his CEO friends making millions from flipping stocks should be taxed on only half of their income. That is what the Conservatives believe.
That's funny considering she does nothing but LARP as a government, right?
Mr. Speaker, there are many union workers who have rental properties that they invest in. Will the minister make the commitment that no union worker will have to pay this tax increase?
Yeah, what about a small-time landlord that owns like maybe 2 or 3 properties and rents them out? They're not rich. Are they gonna pay capital gains tax?
I don't know which union workers that he's talking to, but the union workers that I talk to and that we talk to and dialogue with and that the finance minister just quoted are people who believe in solidarity, who believe in caring for others, who believe in dental plans and child...
Cosplay, your PM is who again? He spends so much time in cosplay, I'm surprised he doesn't have OnlyFans. Oh, he might.
Care and the Canada Child Benefit and every other single thing that this leader has voted against. The very things that this fairness tax measure will pay for. So yes, Mr. Speaker, we accept the leader's challenge. Let's talk to union members and see what side of the equation they come down on.
Good answer. Shut up, Freeland.
The honourable member for Charlottetown.
Mr. Speaker, all Canadians deserve a safe and affordable home. We know that people in more vulnerable situations have a hard time finding affordable housing that meets their needs. We need to build more housing and make the housing market fairer for all. Can the Minister of Veterans Affairs tell us what the government is doing to ensure that Canadians have access to safe, affordable housing? The Honourable Minister of Veterans Affairs. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to thank...
They're union members, they don't get a voice, they're useless.
...my friend and colleague for that important question. Our government is working hard to make housing fairer for Canadians all across the country. Earlier this year in my riding, I announced $6.7 million in funding to help build new affordable housing. This funding will help house and support homeless people, as well as women and children fleeing domestic violence. Our government will always be there to defend Canadians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Est-ce que la ministre
Would the minister agree to an amendment to her tax hike that would exempt carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and farmers? Yes or no?
The Honourable Minister of Innovation.
Mr. Speaker,
Oh my God,
what
it's
I
the
can tell
Minister of
you
Innovation.
is that fairness is at the core of Canadian identity. People in Shawinigan and in Carleton understand that in a fair society, fairness is fundamental. And that's why in our last budget, we made changes to the capital gains tax, which will enable us to reinvest in the economy, in our workers, in housing. But surprise, Mr. Speaker, the Conservatives are against tax fairness.
No, actually, you're against tax fairness, sir. God, liberals do nothing but self out. It's so irritating.
Imagine they're against tax fairness. We on this side of the House will always be on the side of workers and the middle class and on the side of Canadians. The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Data, Dr. Jack Mintz calculated that 50% of those who will pay this tax increase earn less than $120,000 a year, and 10% earn less than $18,000 a year. No, we don't have to dispute these numbers. Why don't we just make it simple and make it clear? Will the minister accept an amendment to exempt anyone who earns less than $120,000 a year from this tax increase? Yes or no?
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, actually there is a $250,000 threshold.
He literally just said that it would affect people under that, you idiot. Were you listening? Did he just call women's and homeless shelters affordable homes? Yes.
After you've made $250,000 in capital gains in a given year.
This is the most quintessentially liberal fucking thing I've ever seen. The man asked a woman a question, so a man better respond in her place. Yup.
Do you want to continue to help educate the Conservative leader? I'm going to point him to...
I can't hear any of that, so I'm going to allow the Deputy Prime Minister to restart.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker, because it does seem that the Conservative leader, who for baffling reasons wants to take all the questions, maybe to show off his ignorance,
It's fucking opposition day. That's his job, you fucking cunt.
I would ask the Honourable Deputy Prime Minister maybe to retract that and finish that. I gave him the grace to allow to repeat. The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
I'm sorry. I retract that. So let me just say, it was baffling to me that the Conservative leader is taking all of the questions to show he doesn't really understand what we're doing.
Oh my God, you just said the same thing.
So it only kicks in after 250,000 of capital gains does this new level.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker,
But where the fuck
just
is Justin?
gave
That's a
that
good question.
minister more than 20 opportunities to prove that what she was saying was true. I asked her, and she refused, if she'd give an exemption to her tax hike to carpenters, farmers, fishermen, plumbers, union workers, restaurant owners, electricians. She said no. She said no to exempting people who earn less than $120,000 a year. Why? Because we know that that's exactly who she's going after. She's going to rob the people who pay the bills in this country to pay for her obese and out-of-control spending. Why won't she finally end the ripoff?
Oh, damn. He's pissed. He is done. He is just done with this shit. Let me guess. The House Leader's gonna make him retract.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance.
Holy shit! He didn't make her retract. Him retract.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday our government gave every single
He's quoting your own
Conservative
tax audit and
MP
evaluation.
a
Yep.
chance to stand on the side of working people, of teachers, of nurses, of electricians, of carpenters, of welders. They cannot wiggle out of the shocking position they took. They took a position on the side of multimillionaires against working people and against fairness. But now all of Canadians know where they stand.
Justin is off watching his wife get railed by her 5'10" bulls while Justin gets pegged by his secretary. Because he's getting accused of all this stuff and it's not true. Yep.
For St. John Rothsay.
I come from a community that is filled with good, hard-working people. The small city realities don't always look the same as someone who lives in big urban centers, but they do face many of the same challenges when it comes to housing. I'm proud that our government has stepped up to tackle the housing crisis. This challenge requires
How can you say
outside
that?
the box thinking, including seeking innovative ideas.
I'm gonna take a break here. Hold on. And I will allow the honourable member to restart. The honourable member from Rothsay has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I come from a community of the same challenges when it comes to housing. I'm proud that our government has stepped up to the plate to tackle the housing crisis. This challenge requires bold outside-the-box thinking, including innovative ideas from all corners of our country. Can the Minister of Rural Economic Development and ACOA tell us how our government is ensuring that smaller regions can play a
Sophie's
role in
off
the
doing
Team
book
Canada
tours.
approach
Yep.
to housing solutions?
Honourable Minister of Rural Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My friend from St. John Rothsay
Another
is right.
one of those I come
Innovative
from a
housing
community.
solutions
Yep.
are all across the country, and that's why our government is investing in companies like Kent Homes in New Brunswick, who are doing state-of-the-art home manufacturing.
State-of-the-art home manufacturing, eh? State-of-the-art pod building, you mean?
Through Budget 24, the agencies are investing in new building technologies like panelized 3D construction, modular homes. Canadians have rejected the opposition leader's weak do-nothing approach to housing. We are getting houses built. We have a real plan in place, and we are getting the job done. Thank you, Mr.
The honourable member for London Fanshawe.
Just 3 years after our London family were murdered in an Islamophobic attack, another London family's home was set on fire. The police are investigating this crime as hate-motivated as the family publicly expressed support for Palestinian human rights. Islamophobia, anti-Palestinian racism, and all forms of hate must be condemned wherever it occurs, and this government needs to do more.
He was either drunk or does always have a shit-eating grin. I don't know. Not in, I live in the community, I speak to them every day. No, Justin, I come from them.
To root out racism so people can feel safe. Will the Liberals finally step up to provide support to my community and all those impacted by hate-motivated attacks?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Over these past 8 years, we have worked extremely hard to make sure that we are combating racism, that we are combating Islamophobia.
Oh yeah, that's why there are so many anti-Israel protests all over the place, right? Because you're combating racism.
Amongst all of our communities, all across the country, we have had so many great.
Panelized 3D constructions and modular systems. You mean temporary prefab? Yeah. Yeah, they're building shacks, literally shacks.
Including what is our now anti-racism strategy. We will continue to work with partners on all levels of government, including civil society, to ensure that we are supporting communities like that, members. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Kitchener Centre.
Mr. Speaker, this government repeatedly said that the Canada Disability Benefit would lift hundreds of thousands of people out of poverty, and in doing so, they gave the disability community hope. But now we know it was all a charade. Documents recently tabled show, by the government's own estimates, less than 2% of folks with disabilities will be lifted out of the poverty line, and not till 2028.
What the fuck? What the fuck? 2%? 2% get $200 a month and it won't even happen for another 4 fucking years? Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Holy fuck. 2% of disabled people. What?
How does the Deputy PM justify extinguishing this hope, and will she right this wrong?
The Honourable Minister.
Time in Canadian history, we have a federal disability benefit that is going to strengthen the financial security of more than 600,000 persons with disabilities.
That's like a small city. That's nothing.
Mr. Speaker, the initial investment of $6.1 billion in Budget 2024 is the next step to get this benefit out to Canadians. We know, Mr. Speaker, that there's more to do. We're
You want people to feel safe, tell the pro-Hamas protesters to fuck off. Exactly.
Also alongside provinces and territories to make sure that there are no clawbacks. Mr. Speaker, we're committed to this and we're going to get it done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And that's all the time we have for question period today.
I am glad we watched question period today. That was a spicy one from yesterday. Oh boy. That was crazy. Oh, holy shit. That was and Pierre Poilievre got very angry at the time. I need to go flip Mike's desk. That's funny. What was I gonna say? So that's all I have, honestly, for the coffee stream today, but wow, that was a crazy question period. I'm glad we watched it. So I will be back tonight for the Combat Hour on Twitch only, so come by and hang out there. I'm aiming for 9 p.m. So I hope you guys enjoyed the coffee stream. I hope you guys will come by and hang out with me on Twitch tonight for the Combat Hour. And I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll probably do a King of the Hill. We'll probably do a bit of Combat League. We'll figure it out. We always do. But I hope you guys had fun. And I will see you guys tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. And I will see you on Twitch tonight. Bye, everyone.